Nitro 7.2 coming up. First thing we got is adding a bunch of numbers to the array list numbers. So easy enough, we do numbers.add and we just have to put in the numbers that they want. Since I'm doing this a bunch, I'm going to use my old friend copy paste. So nothing too amazing here. And then we got to print out the first element in the list, which means we're going to be using out index 0. So print line, and then we're going to do numbers.get the thing at 0, get our semicolon there, run it. We'll only see the first element. And of course, it doesn't like the fact that I put number, not numbers. So let's run that. Check it. And we're good. Moving on. Now we on to use loop. You don't want to go do this manually for 100 numbers. So we're trying to make the even numbers here. So we're going to use a for loop. We're going to start I being at 100, run it up to and including 300, and increment by 2. And then we need to, we need to actually have our list here. So first let's make our evens array list. So we're going to do array list of data type int. We have to remember to do this as integer. Call it evens. We're going to use the new operator and then make an array list of integers. And then need the parentheses. And now we need to populate the evens. So we do evens.add I. And then that's basically it. The print method's already done for us. So we run that and we should see 100 numbers. Look at that. And check it. Great, moving on. Next up, we're going to make a list of a class list that holds a bunch of students. And then we also need to create new students. So this is basically you looking at making objects here. So roster here is going to be a static method because you can see it's referencing the class. Add student is a static method of roster. So we're going to go over to our roster class. First thing we need to do is we need to have a student array list here. So we're going to call this array list, and this is going to be an array list of students, so that's our data type. And we can just call it roster with a lowercase r, and then we're going to use the new, making a bunch of students, and then calling that constructor. And now when we do the add student, we're going to first have to make a student. So we can call it whatever we like. I'm just going to do student with a lowercase s, and then we're going to call the new constructor from our student class, and we're just passing through this data, our two parameters, name and grade, to the student class. Once we've made each of our students that we're going to be adding, we're going to just use the add method of the array list roster to add the student to our class list. It occurs to me now that they want this to be classless. So I need to make a couple fixes here. This is going to be classless in camel case. So that should be here. Also, if I run this right now, it's going to throw an error because this needs to be declared as a static array list so that my static method can modify it. Hey, look, there it is. So we have to add the static keyword here. And now we're making a static array list instead. And there we go. Looks like it's running. Run the check. There it is. We got one more to do. Okay, now we're going to add some other methods to access our list items. So here are the static methods that they want to find. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to be adding this into our roster class. And I need to implement or copy from the previous exercise. Let's just re-implement. Static, we're making another array list of students. This is not rocket surgery, as they say. So we're making a new array list of students. Of course, I might introduce a bug again as I'm retyping this. Student equals new student, and again, we're just passing through. If you want to copy paste here, that's fine. I just decided it would be slightly faster. Oh, I forgot to put my name of my variable. Speaking of introducing bugs as we're going through and redoing this. So we're going to do classlist.add our student with the lowercase s because it's the object. Okay, now we need to make some static methods. So first things first, we got a public static method called getLastStudent, and it's going to be returning the name, so that should be a string. So getLastStudent, no parameters. And so what we're going to be doing is first we need to get the final object from, so we're going to get our final object from our list. So we're going to do class list dot get, and then to get the last one, we're just going to use the class list dot size method -1, because remember, the last index is always one less than the size of the list, and that'll give us our last student. And now we can return the last student's name, right? So there is a getter method in our student class called getName, so we just want to run that, which will return us a string, and then we pass that back to the calling method. So that's our first one. Next up, we need to get a class size. Class size should be an integer, so therefore we'll make a method called getClassSize. Again, no parameters, and here we can just directly return class list dot size. Hey, look at that. Next up, we need to add a student, and we're actually inserting it at position index, so that's going to be slightly more fancy. Since we're not bringing any data back, this will be a void method, and it needs to be a static void method because these are all static. They're being called on the class roster as opposed to individual objects of that class. So we got add student, and we're told that we need to have an index, we need to have a name, we need to have a grade, because we're going to be making a new student and then storing it in our list. So first thing we need to do is create a new student. So we're going to make a new student object. We'll just call it student with lowercase s, or maybe I was going to say new, but that's probably not a good choice because we got to use new as a keyword. So we're going to pass in the name and the grade into our student constructor to make a new student that I'm calling student with a lowercase s. You could call it something else if you prefer. Now we need to add it to our list. Now it turns out there's already an ArrayList method called add where you can put in an index. So that's all we have to do. We're going to take our class list object, call the add method, and we need to pass in both the index and we also need to pass in the, oh, that's not what I wanted to pull up. What even was that? So let me just pull up the APCS quick reference, which I thought was what I was pulling up there. I got tricked. So we're trying to do this add method right here where we put the index and then the object we're trying to add into the list. I was just looking at the parameter order there. So then we'll go back to our thing here, and we want to add at position index, which is our parameter here, the student that we just made, and that will do nicely. And then finally we need to make a getter. So this is also going to be a static method, and we're going to be returning a student here because we're actually grabbing a student object from our array list. So we're going to return from whatever index they give us, and we can just return directly. We're going to take our class list, use the get method at whatever index is passed through. We'll pass that data through and make a getter. And I believe the tester is already done. So there we go. Looks pretty good. Was I supposed to make a get first student? No. Let's check that. It's a weird. Student cannot be converted to string on line 58 of the grader. Ah, well, I can't even see the grader. So I'm suspicious of this first student. So let's take a look at what's going on there. So my get student 0 is potentially causing an issue. So let me just double check my static get student method that I wrote here. So I'm getting the student out from my class list at position 0, which seems right. But it might be that I need a student name instead. Oh, yeah, I just didn't read the documentation carefully enough. I'm supposed to be returning the name of the student, not just the student itself. So I can do this in one of two ways. Just like I did with the get last student, I could create an object and then call getName on it, or I could just do this a little bit more streamlined and call getName directly on the output here. Either one is fine. Readability wise, maybe making a student is a little bit more readable. And it doesn't like that because I said that I was returning a student and I should be returning a string. And there we go. Now that looks much better, and I should pass the checks. All right, there is 7.2 on Nitro.